Wow, what a terrible intro. I'm sorry about that. Schmack-a-magab, it is time for another one of these AM radio hits rankings. And once again, from the great Greg Symanski. And I gotta say, some of these songs I don't know, and like, man, when he donates for these, there's some of these songs I haven't heard in so long. I think one of these songs that I want to talk about, I don't think I've heard for like half a century, like, or at least close to 50 years. So I'm going to read off the songs first, then I'm going to rank them. All right, so we're going to start with R.D. Taylor with Indiana Wants Me, Neil Sedaka with Bad Blood, Leif Garrett with I Was Made for Dancing, Exile with Kiss You All Over, Middle of the Road with Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep, Maureen McGovern with Morning After, Jay Ferguson with Thunder Island, Cliff Richards with Devil Woman, C.W. McCall with Convoy, and Three Dog Night, Black and White. All right, let's start this, okay? At number 10, a song I don't know. And I didn't like it at all. I was like, damn, this is pretty weak. It's Middle of the Road with Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep. I don't know this song. And if I did know it when I was a kid, it probably traumatized me so much that my brain refuses to remember it. At number 9, I know this one. I remember this one. And man, it's just as bad as I remembered it. Leif Garrett with I Was Made for Dancing. I vaguely remember the behind the music of Leif Garrett, where his life went like upside down, where I think later on he was made for dancing with Mr. Brownstone. I think he was on smack. I don't know. I know he was. If he wasn't on heroin, he was on everything else. Number 9. Number 8. I don't know this song. Neil Sedaka with Bad Blood. Now, I know Neil Sedaka. You know, I do remember, you know, that artist. But I don't know none of his songs. I probably do, but it's definitely not Bad Blood. And it wasn't that bad. I put it above those two songs. Next, yeah, I know this one. Maureen McGovern with Morning After. Wow. That ain't the one that I haven't heard in half a century, but it's definitely decades. There's gotta be the morning after. Very nostalgic. Very, very nostalgic. And yeah, Greg, you did it to me again. I was like, whoa, but it still didn't shock me as much as one coming up. And that one's number 7. And number 6, don't know this one. Jay Ferguson with Thunder Island. Not bad, not great, but I don't know it. And I even put it over that nostalgic Morning After. All right, at number 5, yeah, I got some things to say about this one. Exile with Kiss You All Over. I want to kiss you all over. Yeah, that's a total yacht rock classic. That I did see a yacht rock band not too long ago that played that. And I got to tell you all a funny story. Well, it's kind of funny. I was going to be in a yacht rock band. I auditioned for a yacht rock band and they hired me. And they gave me a list of songs to learn. And one of them was Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy from Sammy Hagar. And I wasn't I'm telling you, the leader of this band had a captain's hat. He was like the captain of the yacht rock, right? But it was the drummer I knew. I knew him personally. I had his number. So I called him up and I said, listen, man, I can't do that Sammy Hagar song. It's against my religion. There's no way I can do that. And he said, oh, let me call the captain. That's what he called him. It's like Captain to Neil. let me call it Captain, I'll get back to you. I said, no problem. And he called me back and he said, look, man, he said, you have to do it or it's a no-go. So, you know, I mean, I had to decline. You know, I can't do that. I cannot sing a Sammy Hagar song. It's just impossible. My mouth won't let me. And where was it? Oh, in Exile. All right. This song, and also, I knew the song, but all these songs, I went on YouTube just to listen to them again. And I haven't heard, Kiss You All Over since that Yacht Rock cover, but I haven't heard the original in so long. So I watched it. I went and there was like a TV performance, and my God, I'm not sure if it's the same TV performance, but I totally remember watching them live on TV back then when it was new. And I was at my friend's house where his dad was there. And yes, in this woke world we live in, I cannot actually say what his father said by looking at the video. So I'll say it in a very PC way. His father said, he goes, those guys are a bunch of anti-heterosexuals. He didn't use those words. I'll never forget that. That's what I think of when I think of that song. All right. At number 4. All right, this one's total nostalgic. And yes, I haven't heard this in ages, but it's one of these songs that it doesn't matter how long I haven't heard it, it's still in the brain. And it's, what's the guy's name again? C.W. McCall with Convoy. And I remember this song. I think this song inspired Smokey and the Bandit. Now, I know they made a movie called Convoy, but that came after Smokey and the Bandit. But it was the craze, man. And the same father I was talking about, his son that I was friends with, he had a CB radio. And he knew the jargon, man. Rubber ducky and this and that and 10-4 and all that. And he had it in his room, and we used to talk to truckers and stuff. We would, there was different channels and stuff. It was such a craze at the time. It was like the internet, or just talking to strangers here and there. And boy, this song takes me back. And even though I haven't heard it forever, in my brain, I always remembered that line. Let them truckers roll 10-4. And listening to today, I mean, it's so cheeseball. We got a mighty convoy. But it did take me back. So, all right, here's the song. I don't know what year this came out. It might have been 50 years ago. This is a song that I was like, oh my God. I haven't heard this since I was in elementary school or maybe first or second grade. That's a long time ago because I'm old as dirt. Three Dog Night with Black and White. I'm telling you, I haven't heard this song forever. Now, I know Three Dog Night because they had Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I know that song. And I know there was a couple other ones. And did you know, was it Three Dog Night? I think it was Three Dog Night that a long time ago in the 90s, I heard him on Howard Stern. And he said that he had sex with so many groupies, his ding-a-ling broke. And he had to go to the hospital. It just broke. Boy, take that, Gene Simmons. Yeah, I put that at number 3. All right, number 2. A song I don't know. I don't know this song, and I was like, man, this is cool. I dig it. R.D. Taylor with Indian Wants Me. All right, I'm missing a song here, ain't I? No, I'm not. I was thinking Jay Ferguson I'd talk about. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I don't think it was great, but I put it above all these songs. I will. Even though, this Three Dog Night and Convoy and Maureen McCarthy affects me more nostalgic. I'm judging it what I think's a cooler tune. And I think that was, I can't say it's a great song, but it was, the competition's not stiff here. For me, everybody's opinion is right to them, okay? And this is my opinion, and it's right to me, not you. All right, at number 1, if you haven't noticed what song I've left off, I understand this guy's huge in England. I mean, a big star in England. I know this because of the young ones. They always name drop Cliff Richards. Is it Cliff Richards? Yeah, Cliff Richards. With Devil Woman. She's just a devil woman. Again, this one, I wouldn't say it's a great, I mean, to me, it's not like awesome, but compared to all these songs, yeah, I think it's the best one out of all of them. Cliff Richards with Devil's Woman. So there you go. And again, once again, I apologize for that intro. Thank you so much, Greg Symanski, for this. Hey, man, I may not dig these tunes, but you're making me go and listen to them where I don't notice much, but man, I get such a kick out of hearing like that Three Dog Night song going, my God. I have like these, it like brings back memories of me and as a little boy, you know? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can Google it now and find out what year it came out. It must be at least 50 years or damn close to it. You know, it's probably, yeah, it has to be 50 years. It has to be because it brings back memories of Tarrytown, New York. And I moved to Miami. My parents, my whole family came to Miami when I was 8 years old. And I'm almost positive this is a song from my Tarrytown days. So it had to be, I had to be like 6 or 7, something like that. Crazy, man. But Greg, thank you so much. I get a charge out of this. If you got any more of these AM things, I would love to do more because you are bringing back some killer memories. And if you don't, I understand, you know. Maybe somebody else can pick up the torch. Either way, I appreciate you, brother. Chicks dig you, and I'm not lying about that. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. So, stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And smack 'em a gob and let them truckers roll 10-4.